Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Now, you've got to admire the predictable incompetency and complete chaos going on in the South African government. I mean, it is predictable. It's like the sun rises every day. You know that the ANC government are just going to F up something else in South Africa. Now, before we get into the details, did you know that under the National Health Insurance Scheme, witch doctors in South Africa will have as much priority as qualified doctors who spend 6 years learning their trade? Now, witch doctors, remember, they throw bones. They deal in human parts. They deal in animal parts, which are muti. This is where South Africa is going. Take the cigarettes, illicit cigarettes now pouring down from Zimbabwe through the border. Some of them have been hidden in petrol tankers, believe it or not. Many are hidden in army vehicles. Yeah, you can believe that, because the SANDF is part of the problem, as are the South African Police Service. What about liquor? Well, the shebeens, the traditional African beer, is coming home to roost as South Africa returns back to pre-1652. One wonders when the last wheel will turn in South Africa in the future, as it reverts back to tribalism and the chaos that clearly is part of this ANC legacy. Now, why am I talking about liquor? Well, let me tell you. You know there's now a banning of liquor being sold in South Africa, don't you? Well, these overseas liquor companies that actually manufacture or produce a liquor in South Africa have had enough. And the first one to fall is, believe it or not, Heineken. Yep, Heineken. Heineken South Africa is shutting down production, halting a 6 billion rand expansion plan for the North Coast. The South African Liquor Brandowners Association, or SALBA, the Beer Association of South Africa, Vinpro, and the Liquor Traders Association of South Africa have warned that restricting illegal alcohol sales will lead to the growth of illicit alcohol trade. Guess what? This is called black economic transformation. The ANC cadres and their mates will be in charge of producing shebeen beer. And there won't be any taxes to be paid, like on the cigarettes. This is called black privilege, as South Africa reverts back to the dark ages. You know, South Africa, or Africa, when the first people came through, the first white settlers came through, referred to Africa as the dark continent. Do you know why they referred to it as the dark continent? It wasn't a compliment. It was because the whole of the continent was beset by evil. Evil, evil, evil. It was an evil continent. Look at what Dingaan and Shaka did in KwaZulu-Natal to their people. Don't worry, the ANC will never talk about that, will they? The millions of Bantu who were killed by their own. No, no. Forget about Jan van Riebeck. Forget about apartheid. Think about this fact. More Bantu and Nguni people were killed before the white people came through and kind of sorted things out for them. Now, that's a fact. That's a historical fact. But of course, apartheid is to blame for everything. But let's continue with the story. In the wake of the coronavirus pandemic and the collapse of the restaurant and bar trade, Heineken South Africa has been forced to shut down production entirely. This has significantly impacted the company's ambitious growth strategy, with the beer giant withdrawing its plans to expand its geographic footprint on the North Coast. Heineken's proposed 6 billion rand production facility was expected to provide a massive financial boost for the region, creating 400 permanent new jobs and making more service-related employment opportunities available. The Inyanyinga site near Dubai Trade Port has been earmarked for its new brewery. The Heineken portfolio includes 8 brands. They are Heineken, Amstel, Windhoek, Sol, Miller, Genuine Draft, Strongbow Cider, Soweto Gold, and Tafel. Now, Amstel, when I was back in South Africa, back in the 1980s, I remember Amstel. I used to love Amstel. It was my drink of choice, was Amstel. And even when I traveled back to South Africa in the early 2000s, that's what I used to enjoy over dinner. It's a glass of Amstel beer, beautiful beer. But these guys are closing up shop. Welcome to the shebeen life. That's where it's going under this ANC. Heineken said, with no end date in sight for the ban of alcohol sales, executive salaries had been cut by 20% from May to December and no bonuses would be paid. The South African Liquor Brandowners Association, or Salba, the Beer Association of South Africa, or Vinpro, and the Liquor Traders Association of South Africa have warned that restricting illegal alcohol sales will lead to the growth of illicit alcohol trade. They said the liquor industry has a wide and deep value chain employing almost 1 million people across the country. Government's decision has serious economic consequences, placing hundreds of thousands of livelihoods at risk. This is the reality, guys. This is what the NCCC under Dlamini Zuma and this idiotic hippo eyes, Cyril Ramaphosa, who's wallowing in his mud hole, handling his cash and thinking everything is fine. You know, it's absolutely crazy. The reality is South Africa is crumbling. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, please stay safe. Bye for now.